Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. First off, I want to thank you guys so much for the support on the last two videos about this Grammy situation. I just want to thank you guys for watching my videos, and we're almost at 100 subs. So you want to be the lucky person to get me at 100 subs? I'll do something special. So now, if you haven't seen earlier videos, here's a quick reminder of where we are.
Popular boy band BTS is not submitting music from their comeback album from next year's Grammys. The K-pop superstars announced they would withdraw from consideration after a new category for Asian pop was announced for the awards show. In a statement, the group said in part, quote, "We hope music can be heard and loved for what it is, rather than being divided into region or language."
Back in June, the Grammys announced a bunch of new categories, and one of them was the Best Asian Pop Music Performance. The rules say the songs have to have meaningful use of an Asian language, so English-only tracks do not qualify. Then at the end of July, all 7 BTS members posted the exact same Instagram story, stating that they weren't going to submit their music for the 2027 Grammys. Now, fast forward to now, the Grammy CEO, Harvey Mason Jr., put out another statement. The Grammys appear to be rethinking the new award for Asian pop just weeks after BTS announced they would not submit their music for the 2027 awards. It is clear from our numerous conversations with many stakeholders over the past 2 weeks, regardless of our intent and desire to be more inclusive, there are some artists, and you see how they say some artists and not BTS? There are some artists in this space who feel that this category isn't representing the music that they work so hard to create in the way that they wish. They can't even name BTS. BTS is the whole reason why they have to put out this statement in the first place. They can't even name them. The management and board are committed to working together to keep the pace. With that, progress and ensure the musicians we intend to honor feel truly seen and heard by our actions. Recording Academy CEO Harvey Mason Jr. said in a statement. Sources tell Variety that Mason and other Grammy executives have been in discussion with artists and execs representing K-pop, J-pop, C-pop, India, and more. You see how they expanded to all of Asia, the Asian continent now that more people were talking about how they just had a certain region of East Asia that they were focusing on. The Academy is convening its full board and awards and nominations committee to work with members of and leaders from this community to seek further advice on the category, as well as its process for introducing new categories and awards. Okay, so after reading this statement, all I'm gonna say is you cannot fake influence.
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
BTS's influence is what made the Grammys reconsider their new dog shit category, because they know it was flawed from the beginning. It was a flawed category, and they just okay, first of all, this category was intended for BTS to win regardless of who submitted their music into this category. This is why they have to revamp what this category means, because they intended to have BTS win this award. That's why they have to put out this statement. If BTS never had a problem, they would have never done this. They would have never done any of this. So if any of you guys are curious as to why the Grammys are changing up that new category, it is because the 2027 Grammy submissions will close in 1 week. Records released through August 28th are eligible. So the only reason they're revamping this category is because submissions are closing soon. They want as much people to submit their songs as possible, but who knows what's going on in the background that they have to do this revamping, because probably nobody's submitting their music into the Asian category because they know how much backlash they would get if they win it. So Grammys have to come out and do these statements to ensure the public or whatever that There is nothing wrong with the category, and you're free to submit it if you like. They have to try to save face because they know whoever wins that award, if it's not BTS as they intended, whoever wins it will get so much backlash. So here is a statement that I believe is totally true on the Grammy situation. This is yet another proof of what we've been saying. They rushed to create this category to give BTS a win and box them into one category while continuing to use them for views and engagement. Because giving BTS nominations with no wins again after having the most successful album of the year and a major comeback would have made the absurdity of this award show even more obvious. So here was basically what the Grammys plan was. They would have BTS submit their music, invite them to the show, invite them to perform. And then after all these appearances, after all these clips that they show on screen, that they show BTS throughout the night, they don't give them the award. And that's happened previous times. And that's why if they did not win the award this time, people would obviously boycott the Grammys even harder than they were before. If BTS did not win that new Asian pop performance Grammy, you know how much outrage would come from that? So they needed BTS to win this time around. They needed that publicity from BTS's fans. They needed the publicity from the news and the views that this Grammys would have had if BTS had won that award. But guess what? Our boys are smarter than that. They saw right through the Grammys, and that's why they dropped out. So I want to expand on this statement a little bit. So you guys remember Xena from the previous video I made? The person who was in charge of co-creating this new category. So this person stated, "Your volunteer claims she was instrumental in creating Best Asian Pop while accusing BTS of tearing down the category when all they did was decline to submit. Y'all started the smear campaign, not ARMY." So let's read this paragraph. The Academy further revealed that several of its Gold Music Alliance volunteers, the reps who represent the Asian music community, have been bullied and threatened by social media users who believe they were involved in the category's creation, when in reality, the category was determined through the annual awards and nominations process. So, first of all, Xena was posting thousands of stories talking about how she was responsible in helping create this category. And bullying? Are you kidding me? She was over here insulting people in her comment section when they wanted just clarification on what this category was. And when she doesn't have a favorable response, it's called bullying. And let's just say it's only one person, right? It's not like ARMY is going out and attacking every single person associated with the Grammys. It's only this one lady. I remember seeing a clip how many of the reps who are Grammy representatives or whatever, many of them are only reps because they can't submit music good enough to win a Grammy. So they're all failed music artists who have no talent other than judging other music. And you know what? Why should we listen and accept choices from failed artists when they can't even win a Grammy themselves? And I don't know if Xena submitted her music or whatever she did to get her position, but I feel like Grammys need to do an internal review of who's working where. This has been a long time thing though. It's not just right now, but Grammys needs to revamp their whole process because this is ridiculous. This is crazy. There should not be this much backlash over somebody not submitting their music. Xena went out of her way to defend this new category. Personal statements to make it seem like ARMY was attacking her or the people mad at the category creation was attacking her. But as I stated in the last video, she posted numerous stories on her Instagram trying to defend this segregated category. She even had the balls to say that BTS always had an option to always submit their music into the regular category. Why was this category created in the first place? That's the question people are asking. No one asked for this new Asian category, just like no one asked for a new Latin category. She tries to make it seem like BTS are overreacting and that they should have just submitted their music in the main categories, but that is not what is going on here. BTS felt insulted that they were being segregated into a different category. You cannot try to blame BTS for what they feel. And now she feels like people are bullying her, try to push the blame onto everyone else. And it is her fault for trying to defend this.
Working in the music industry and in the entertainment industry can be tough because a lot of times the capital is cool. A lot of times the capital is making connections. And if we're going to advance as the API community, we need to pay people. Because the only thing that's going to keep continuing this community rising is actually getting that money in our pockets and being of the value that we're presenting.
I don't know, it seems like cope for her stakeholders, but when she's talking about money, this is all I'm hearing.
I got money, 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 money.
The next generation needs to, one, be about their money, and two, not give a shit what somebody else says. Because at the end of the day, it is you who is creating the art. The people's opinions that they convey to you are based on their own insecurities and things that they cannot believe they can do.
So I want to give you guys a little background on why a lot of ARMY are not satisfied with this category. Because the people surrounding the Grammys and surrounding this Asian pop performance category, they are connected to different South Korean companies. So this guy, Kevin Nishimura, he is currently the chief business officer of Kakao Entertainment Global, overseeing global operations for the largest entertainment company in Korea. So let's look at a little bit of his work history, shall we? He's right now the chief business officer, but look at this. From June 2021 to June 2025, he was a part of the Recording Academy Governor LA chapter. He was a part of the Grammys company. He was a part of the Grammys board. He also worked as chief operating officer at SM and Kakao Entertainment America. So here's a statement that he said to respond to this question. Have you seen progress in the music industry as far as AAPI representation? And look at this highlighted section. I want you guys to read this. When you look at who is moving global music, acts like 17 and Stray Kids are dominating revenue generation at the top. The Recording Academy has finally launched the Gold Alliance, aimed at giving more visibility to AAPI musicians, professionals across its network. And presently, this man, Kevin Nishimura, is co-founder and board member of Gold House Foundation. And Gold House partnered with the Recording Academy to host Golden Hour, toasting that the Grammy nominees and making way for a new generation. So I just want to remind everybody, BTS was the first K-pop group, and I want to emphasize group, to be nominated for a Grammy. 5 in total. They were the first group to be nominated. Asian is an identity, not a music genre. So, recently, an article by Vogue was released, the best albums of 2026 so far. And guess who is on the list? That's right, it is our boys BTS for Adidas. So when you come at BTS and say that their music is trash or that they're terrible people, I just want you to know, we will defend them when necessary. They worked so hard on this album since they were discharged from the military. All their hard work was put into this album. It deserves the recognition that it actually deserves, and not just some handed down award anyone can win. So once again, I want you guys to be reminded, this is what BTS stated. We hope music itself can be heard and loved rather than being distinguished by region or language. So that's it for the updates for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Comment down below if I left anything out. And I can't wait to hit 100 subscribers with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.